Hello everybody, Stephanie here. Greetings from my humble abode. Once again, this evening coming to you live from Cirque du Soleil, from the house, and in the confines of my boudoir. So it is past bewitching or the witching hour here in my home. School starting back tomorrow. Kids are in bed. Football is on. So I am banished to the bedroom to come live. So Happy New Year. Welcome 2018, huh? Wonder how you guys brought your new year in. Sure, it was nowhere near as exciting as our celebration, our huge party last night. The kids are super excited about it. Last year we were on the beach in, we weren't in St. Pete, where were we? Treasure Island for our cousin's wedding, and this year we were at home. And it was just the five of us, and they were so excited. Like when they asked what we were doing for New Year's, I was like, "We're having a party!" And like, I guess because I said it so excited, I think I was being a little snarky, but the excitement was contagious. They didn't catch the snarkness, so it was really funny that they were so excited, and that's fine because you know what? Work hard, play hard, and we do travel a lot, and sometimes it's just nice to be home. That's what somebody asked, what were we going to be doing, and I'm like, we're staying at home. And I guess people were feeling a little sorry for us because I got lots of invites over the last couple days, and I was like, no, really, there are just sometimes that you need to draw in, hug tight to those closest, and just revel in it. I mean, it really is. It was, this time of year is a great time for reflection, and any time that the year is drawing near, or season is ending, or chapter is about to turn. It's a great time for reflection, and you know, with reflection comes wisdom, and it allows you to look back at the highs and the lows. And for us, it is looking at every low, no matter what it is, looking for the good. Looking for the lesson, because it's usually not the good, but looking for the lesson that was learned, which then will allow us to see the good in it, the silver lining, if you may. And then gratitude comes from there, and gratitude's what shifts the perspective. And perspective, we are learning slowly and surely that is everything in this life, in this human form. So 2018. It's just hard to believe that it's here. I made notes, and I'm laughing at myself because it is chicken scratch, and I don't have my glasses on, and obviously it's not very bright in here, and the reason it's not is because my room is a mess. If you could really see, it's really funny, and I'm not going to. Usually I would take you on a really quick tour of the chaos. I don't want to. It's really embarrassing. We did get Christmas put away fairly quickly because I don't like to carry in the old season in the new year, and some of it, do you know, there's always those few remaining things that just, I don't know, every year get left behind, and so there's more than normal, and they've taken up residence in here because it is freezing outside and nobody wants to carry them up to storage. So it is what it is, guys, and that's not what this is about. So okay, so one of my words, I don't know if you do this, but I usually have an affirmation that is like kind of the branches through the whole year, and then I usually have a few words, whether it be for the year or for season, and definitely expansion is one of the words in this time. I'm sure it's going to carry through all of 2018, and I'll get to my affirmation later. So for this year, for 2018, it is expansion. And like, oh, I forgot to say, perhaps by the time that we are done here, we will all be essentially enlightened. So in yoga, oh yeah, I can't read anything that I wrote, guys, so I'm going to try to go by what I remember. So in yoga, we learn and we practice creating space within the body. making room, if you will, in the body to go deeper into asana or a pose, whatever you want to call it. In yoga, it's an asana, but most of us Westerners call it a pose posture, to make room for breath, etc. So you take that into daily life, and we are making expanding for making space, increasing our influence. So that is what I wanted to talk about. Again, I cannot read my writing, and I don't know why I keep going to this, but I don't want to get off track. So yes, we are expanding to occupy space in this life, increasing our influence. And so, you know, we'll get into more about what that means in a minute. So we told you that there were some big things coming for Legacy, our hashtag Legacy. That's kind of our brand, if you will, LEGGACY. The extra G is for gratitude, greatness, all of those things for this year. And so we're super excited to announce that today we are launching our brand new YouTube channel. So Essentially Enlightened is on YouTube. This will be there. So welcome all you YouTubers. This is all brand new to me. You know, I'm technologically challenged. So we'll see how that all goes. But the channel is there. We've created it and set it all up. My husband, you know, Neil, the tech guru. So for those of you who do not know, and maybe this will be a good little refresher for those of you who really don't know how this came about, but Essentially Enlightened is the name of my blog that began many, many moons ago. And it is an eclectic approach to a hectic world. And so I think it was 2014 or 2015 that came about. And it is raw. It is real. It is transparent, because that is who I am. That is who we are. Speaking of my husband and I, that is who we are as a family. Is a lot of people will reflect a lot of their own junk back onto us. But if you know us, you know that it's very organic, which can sometimes be very icky. And that's just how it is. And we don't try to put on airs or try to pretend that it's not. And sometimes, yes, it has become very difficult for me to swallow this, but sometimes we do have to fake it until we make it in some situations. Very rare. And I'm learning discernment of when that is, when just to put on you know, sometimes saying nothing is the best way of dealing with things. That is difficult for me because I'm raw and I'm real. So, but just like us, it's organic, therefore it evolves. And so just as we do as people, well, we are supposed to, that's what we're created to do, the blog has as well. So in July, the blog became a vlog. And it was a natural transition, even though it was very difficult for me. It really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. This is not my comfort zone. I like to write. I'm able to find so much more healing. I don't even want to say that because this is in itself is evolving, and I'm finding it here as well. So, and I go back to some of those earlier writings, and I wasn't very comfortable with doing that in the beginning either. So, I'm holding on there. So, anyway, I don't know where I was going. I do realize, and I see the beauty of getting to all of these, lots of things text up here. I don't know what this is all about. So I'm going to try to focus on what we're doing right now. I see the beauty of doing the lives. I see the beauty of the vlog, because we are reaching more people, this media, than we are written word, which hurts my writer's heart, but that's the reality. It also frees up the space that we're talking about in my life to be able to finish the book that I've been working on for more time than I even care to account to you guys. So you can learn a little bit more about me and my family and our evolution and our transformation on the blog Essentially Enlightened, no space in between. It's easier to find that by searching God's Girl, the number 4 ever blog, all one word. I don't know why. Again, it's one of those tech things. But that is the way that you can find. But so, a brief synopsis of me is I am a way-making, chain-breaking type of chick. That is who I was created to be. I was put in circumstances growing up that I could allow to define the rest of my life, but I have chose to let it refine who I am. And again, that gives me the guts and the chutzpah, if you will, to make my way and break those chains. And not only that, but to help others do that as well. So I'm classically, not classically, but I'm formally trained as a psychologist, and have evolved into a holistic trainer. It just wasn't a good fit for me. It gave me a lot of wisdom and education and understanding of every person is different, so it's so hard to group people into clinical terms. I know it's an insurance thing, a coding thing. I don't even want to get into all that can of worms. So I find that I'm better suited to help people holistically, mind, body, spirit, emotion. So what else I'm trying to say? Oh, yes. So besides being those things as a woman, I'm also a daughter of the full spectrum, which is what caused me to go into psychology to begin with. So you can go from hippie to ridiculously religious. You can go from dysfunctional with a capital F-U-N, fun in it, to completely toxic. That's what I grew up in. That's what gives me what I like to think balance. It also gives me understanding in human behavior and a lot of empathy, for I have been there in a lot of situations. So it is what it is. I am the wife of the truth seeker. So if you do not know my husband is Neil, and a lot of people are like, we're kind of polar opposites as well, so maybe my kids will get a really good balance and understanding in their life. He is the son of a preacher man. That's who I married. I did not marry the preacher, but he has evolved into becoming a preacher. And so for those of you who are like, you are not the typical preacher's wife, you're right. I didn't marry a pastor. That came in his evolution, and I support it full-heartedly, even though I am not the traditional. Those roles come with boxes that are so hard to break free from, and that people just have these expectations of, and no surprise that I blow that expectation out of the water time and time again. I let people down because they have this certain ideal, and I do not fit that at all. So and I'm okay with that. It's taken me a really long time to just be okay with that. So you guys will have to be okay with that. And if not, that's your stuff and not mine. So I am the mother. I'm a mother of 7. And so I tell people that all the time, and they're like, what? I hold 3 of my babies in my arms, and the other 4 I hold in my heart. And so I have dealt with loss, and understand that in many ways, but that's okay, because again, that gives understanding. I also have, I have a fur baby, except for she's no baby. She is a senior dog. God help us. Her name is Kitty, which is ironic enough, but we call her Dirty, and she's in her last days, and we know this is her final season of her life. And again, because of the loss that we've endured, especially in this last couple years, it's not that we're ready for it, but it is what it is. She's had a good life, and we just try to give her good life now, even though it's very frustrating because hardwood floors and piddle spots everywhere. If anybody has any tips out there, any hacks for aging animals. She hasn't gone outside in months. She wants to use the pad, but she's now missing it, sometimes literally right off the edge. It's a bit infuriating, I won't even lie. But so I also, on top of that, run 3 businesses. So I'm the lead trainer for the Refinery Holistic Training Studio. So we do all things holistic. We do see people, Neil and I, privately. We do individual couples, families. We have very limited office hours, so That's something that is always waitlisted. And then we teach people how to make all natural holistic products to help, not just in their life, not just for dry skin. It goes deeper than that. So we won't get into all that. I'm a silver leader with the Young Living essential oils. That is something near and dear to my heart. I am an oiler through and through. Also, my husband and I run a nonprofit called Covenant Outreach, and that takes up a lot of time. Both of us work and do that pro bono. He does that. He's a pastor, but anyway, nobody derives incomes from anything that happens up here on our property. It is all volunteer based, and we wouldn't have it any other way. That way we can support those in the community. So I love our nonprofits. Elevate specifically is our student enrichment program, and that is a big chunk of my passion in my heart, is working with these kids. If I can help just one of them sidestep some of the, I don't even like to say, I'm not going to say mistakes, but they were mistakes that I made. Maybe I can guide them to make better decisions, is the better way I like to think of it, not a mistake. So, and again, because that's not enough in my life, I'm a recovering type A. I got to do everything, but I'm in the middle of yoga teacher training. I fell in love. My bloggers have been following me for years, and in April I committed to doing 30 days of yoga, and kind of just reporting to them my experience with it. And 2 weeks in, I committed to doing a year of yoga. I think I'm 8 months in. I think that's what we counted yesterday. Maybe 9 months in to the year of yoga, and I knew immediately that I would be doing my teacher training. So I'm doing that, and I'm also helping out my teacher, my yoga teacher, manage her studios, which are the Life Spring Studios. So if you are in this area, you need to come and check us out. So, that's a mouthful, isn't it? I'm tired just thinking about it. Maybe there's nothing I can whittle away from there. I just have to use my time more efficiently when it comes to that. But I practice what I teach. Do I practice it all the time? No. Does it come immediately? No. Sometimes I'm in the throes of my little chair, as we like to call it, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is not the best, most effective way of dealing with this. I know better, so I try to do better, but I do try to practice what I preach, and I am constantly trying to keep balancing all the areas of my life and growing to move forward, while at the same time releasing past trauma, pain, hurt, heartbreak, whatever you want to call it, and creating space, once again, for healing. Because you have to do that. You have to clear away. Look, guys, I'm not a gardener, but you have to clear away the dead stuff to make room for new growth, right? So there it is. Little analogy for the gardeners out there that I don't do. I have been, however, Tara Shuda, if you're watching, not Tara Shuda now, but you will always be in my heart, but you gave me that orchid several years ago for my birthday. God, I think it was for my 40th birthday. Anyway, might have even been before it, though. I think that was when it was. But every year it gets behind the Christmas tree. And the first year we thought, oh no, we forgot to water it, it's dead. And then it bloomed the next year. And for sure, we thought it was dead this time. I can't tell you how long it went without being watered. And my friend, just like our friendship, the thing is still going, still blooming. So every time I see that, I think our paths will cross again soon. So my passion in life is to help others find healing and wholeness. And my desire is to bring simple and effective strategies that you can put into practice that will help you become essentially enlightened. So, saying that, all of that, bringing to right now for tonight's daily drop is tonight. It's the first night. It's the first night of the brand new year, and La Luna is in her full prime. Have you been outside? Okay, if you're around here, you're not outside because it's like 5 degrees outside. But and it's snowing in Orlando. I seen somebody post one of my people there. So shout out to my family and friends down there. I lived 10 years, I think. 10 years that I lived there. And snow is using the term, it's broad. It flurried one time. I saw a flurry. It didn't even have time to hit the ground before it melted. So that's pretty impressive. So it's cold everywhere. But so you might have to check La Luna, the full moon in all her glory, out through the window, unless you want to bundle up to go out and see her. But go do it. Go admire her beauty and her light, and allow it to highlight those areas in you that you need to release to make space, to create space in your life. So take advantage of this. Go do this, and allow there to come knowledge when these areas are highlighted. Allow there to be knowledge, wisdom to come from that. Whatever it is, if you just allow yourself the time and space, and you ask yourself, what is it that I need to release? Whether you're standing in the full moon or not. I know some of you roll your eyes when I say it, but it is the perfect time. God or nature, whatever you want to call it, I call it God, created everything for a purpose and a reason, and the full moon is a perfect time for release. So go gain wisdom from it. What is it that I need to let go of, to release, to make space in my life for new things? Look at it, take it out, look at it, explore it. I mean, don't overanalyze it, and don't keep a hold of it. And the most important thing is to let it go. Every moment is a new opportunity to begin again. So put so much weight into this day, into this pivotal space. And I get that. I get that, because it really is like a new slate. But we also have to be very mindful that if it did not go the way that you had it in your head today, that does not mean the rest of the year is a crap storm. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, it is. But nature has aligned, literally the stars have aligned this evening for this to happen for you. So whether you have any weight or stock in what I'm saying when it comes about the moon phases, go practice just releasing, letting it bubble up naturally, because that's what it does. It brings things to the surface. Like I said, look at it, dust it off, and then let it go. So that's just good stuff. So my wish for all of you, for all of us, and today and tomorrow, in this coming year and the years to come, is abundance and wealth, health, and love. It's what I want us all to live and have and experience. So from my heart to yours this evening, deepest blessings to you all. Much, much love. Legs out.